Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Fatal Frame, Maiden of Black Water. It's been a little while since the previous episode was recorded because I actually ran into a pretty nasty bug where if you resumed a checkpoint from a drop in progress and any non-cutscene voice line played, like the dialogue between these two as we were walking around, the game would crash. So I loaded the checkpoint from our previous episode after we did got the key from that hatch there, and as soon as dialogue triggered, the game would crash every single time. And so I replayed through the chapter, because I thought maybe it was just, broken checkpoint, saved again, and then as soon as I resumed that save, it crashed. So that was an issue that was preventing me from continuing this LP at all, unless I was going to complete a drop in every episode. So I was just kind of waiting and hoping for a fix, and thankfully in the most recent patch they fixed that. So we can continue as normal. So, last time, Yuri fought off the ghost of Fuyuhi after she was forced to kill herself by one of the ghosts of the mountain. And then, she was kind of ambushed by a lot of ghosts, a lot of ghostly priestesses, before we switched over here to Ren and his assistant Ruy, who have returned to the inn we went to earlier in order to try to find more clues about the mysterious dreams he's been having about murdering some lady who then showed up in the postmortem photograph book. We got the key to the hatch upstairs, which means we need to go back upstairs. Alright, there's a gap there. So yeah, I have a few more points and more film than last episode, just from replaying through the chapter and then having to do it again. But I don't think that's going to make a significant difference since we have a pretty low maximum capacity of 99 for the film. I say pretty low because, it takes like 5 shots to kill a single ghost. So you burn through that film pretty quickly. Oh, the door's over here. Oh. Alright. Window ghost. I didn't think they were physical enough to shatter windows. Hello? Going for a bit of a walkabout. Ooh. Dashed at me. This is definitely a tougher ghost than just the regular guys we've been seeing. So that wasn't a fatal frame. Yeah, I should have waited longer for a fatal frame. I like how Ruy is always just standing in the background of these fights. Oh, okay. Try to drop on my head again. So, is this the same guy we saw hanging himself earlier? Because he was in this room. Okay, I'm gonna not stand still so he doesn't drop on my head. That doesn't actually grab us, though. That's just a knockdown when he dashes at you like that. Okay, wait for the fatal frame this time. He does a lot of, tripping and falling at you. Alright. He's still not done yet. He's going to drop again. It looks like I could fatal frame him while he's falling, but that would be a hard shot to get. Alright, he's done. I could have used stronger film. Or is it only Yuri that has stronger film? The ghost left something behind when it disappeared. A soiled note has been left here. Looks like it was left by the innkeeper. This place has gone from a tourist hotspot to a suicide hotspot. But I suppose that was always the case. This mountain and death go together, side by side. Mikamori was once known as the Grove of Shrine Maidens, a sacred grove where the mountain's maidens oversaw the deaths of pilgrims, easing their passing to the other side. I like that. I envy it. I wish someone would be there to see me off. So was that the man who wrote this note? My question exactly. Maybe I'll find something upstairs.
Ruy, are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
Oh. Hello? I think a ghost just jumped off the roof and I missed it. Yeah, they don't really seem to bother her. They kind of ignore her and just go straight for me. No, that's not true. Sometimes they do actually go for her. How do I heal? I don't remember how to bring that menu up. Oh, it's X. Items. Herbal medicine. Yeah, so we have a lot of those also, just from replaying. And it looks like we do only have type 14, so I guess it was Yuri that picked up the stronger film. Like type 21 or something. You open the door using the key on yellow keychain. Hi, are you trying to kill me too? Woman who was hanged. So not woman who hung herself, but woman who was hanged by someone else. Oh. We're getting something on the ghost radar, or the item radar. That indicator is so fucking vague that it's not useful. I'd rather just trip upon the items than have it try to tell me where they are. What even is that? Is it a rock? A mirror stone ×1. A black stone that emits a mysterious light. If you run out of health, it will protect you. Okay, that's a revive item. This door won't budge. Something must be blocking it from the inside. There's another door above the stairs on the other side. Okay, I was gonna check there. You don't have to tell me. Hey, by the way, there's another door in this room, in case you missed it. Here it is.
The sunset. It's so beautiful.
Okay, we're on the roof now. Man transfixed by sunset. Seems to be the same guy we just fought, with all the glass sticking out of him. Whoop. Oh, something. Did he drop something? He did. Another note. Suicide note. There's a scrap of notebook paper on the floor. It looks like there's something written on it. The sunset beckons. It's calling me into the water. This is the right thing to do. Well, I mean, based on where he was standing, it looks like he missed the water. Kind of seems like he just hit the ground instead. The window below is shattered. Did that man jump from here? I mean, I guess he hung himself, so he didn't even hit the ground. Yes? Hello? Man hanged by the neck. It's just the same ghost again and again. Like, yeah, okay, we've seen him. More type 14 film. You do get a lot of it every time you pick it up. Door must be locked from the other side. Alright. I think there was a door here that would lead into this inner area. Man staring at something. Getting really vague on these ghost names. Man who is standing over there is what I'm expecting to see at some point. The whole room is charred. That man might have left something behind. If he did, it'll likely be hidden.
Looks like there was a fire. This must be where the innkeeper moved.
The metal window frame is warped from heat and has come loose, and there is little glass left. Alright, we know this time we gotta focus it. Remember that mechanic. Phantom Expose. Is it just a single photograph? Because it looks like a book. She seems to be under the influence of a repeat suicide ghost. Just like Fuyuhi.
Ruy!
Ruy, don't do that. Stop. That's a really bad idea.
Ruy!
Gotta rescue
What's
her.
wrong? Is something there?
Gotta rescue her from the spiteful lady. Woman in the netherworld. I think I have to fight woman in the netherworld. Get out of here, you crusty bitch. It really is a lot weirder to try to do a fatal frame in this game than the previous ones, though. Because you literally just stand there waiting for them to come at you. Whereas the previous ones, they didn't spend so much time just sitting there in front of you. They would like come out of a wall or something and take a swing at you. Whereas here it's like just kind of stand there and stare at them until they decide to attack you. Teleporting like a foot away. You'll never catch me this time. Also, using the fatal frames means you can kind of ignore the other mechanic of trying to get the orbs on screen. Let me see how close I can get to her. Wonder if I can get a screenshot here. The game's very particular about not letting you do screenshots when there's anything actually happening. Yeah, see, it's not letting me pull up the screenshot mode. But weirdly, I've discovered that you can actually place ghosts in the screenshot mode and, like, recreate what's happening. So she seems to be a boss. Are you, though? Are you actually remorseful? Because if you were, you probably wouldn't be hanging people. I got her with a full orb blast there. We also had a dodge mechanic, but I think that's also only Yuri.
What were you doing?
I think I was possessed by a ghost.
Can't you remember anything? Let's go home.
Maybe it was a bad idea to drag you here in the middle of the night.
You cannot leave the mountain.
Huh?
You will dissolve into nothing.
I feel like this ghost lady is gonna regret trapping a bunch of people up here with the Camera Obscuras. You got anything else in your repertoire, Gwendolyn? It really does remind me of the Gwendolyn mask. Hello? This is kind of awkward. Are you gonna come at me or just back away? Okay, she also shoots magic at you. And it makes you... wet? Am I dying of wet right now? Do I need purifying embers? Okay, so I do have the dodge. I saw it pop up. It's just very particular about its timing. Ooh, she got me good there. I'm dying again of the same water death. It doesn't actually purify you of their status effect, though, it seems. That kills you so quickly. I'm not even really sure what she hit me with the first time. Alright, well, clearly I'm going to need to buy a bunch more of these, because we're not finding very many of them compared to everything else. So she does shoot magic at me, but I'm not sure if it's like an instant cast thing, or if it'll hit me if she tries to do it in general. Oh, she's dancing at me. She's coming at me with that Kagura style. I put her on blast, but she's still standing. Nope, never mind. It's always a slight delay before they decide they are indeed exercised. Alright, we killed a lady of the Black Water.
We're leaving.
Probably not the lady, but a lady. A woman dressed like a Shrine Maiden. Is she connected to that note I found? There's a note here. It seems to have been singed a little by fire. The album of postmortem photographs was assembled by a folklorist who lived on the mountain. His name was Keiji Watarai. He became fascinated by the custom and moved to Mount Hikami to study how it spread through Japan. My father seemed to take an interest in these photos as well. Strange foreign customs always fascinated him. While he was running the inn, he helped Watarai collect postmortem photographs from the nearby town. On Mount Hikami, water itself was deified. It seems like Watarai wanted to get a deeper understanding of this unique outlook, so he set up a house in the forest to experience it firsthand. He was greatly aided by my father, who had already set up the inn by that point. He remodeled it from an old, unused shrine. I think he thought the extra religious heft would help attract more visitors. One day, the folklorist went missing. Several people formed a search party, but they were unable to find a trace. Even the road to his house seemed to have been lost to the woods. My father scoured the mountain too, but all he found was that photo album. He was soaking wet when he got back. I remember he was acting strangely. His eyes had this curious glint, almost like he'd been possessed by something. The next thing I knew, my father went missing as well. I'd forgotten about the photos until I found them in the old building after the landslide. But now I understand why my father left. Watarai too. These photos are so beautiful. Keiji Watarai, a folklorist who lived on Mount Hikami. Hisoka probably has some books about him. We should get back. Ruy needs to rest. The photo album left behind by the innkeeper was put together by a folklorist who lived on Mount Hikami. As Ren and Ruy explored the inn and traced the spirit of its owner, a ghost tried to lure Ruy to suicide. Then, through the pouring rain, an ominous Shrine Maiden appeared. Ren and Ruy left the mountain with more questions than when they started. I like how Rui's only investment in this is that Ren is trying to figure it out. Like, well, I'm your assistant, so I've got to help. Interlude, Shadow Reading, Yuri Kozukata. Okay, so not a drop of its own, just like in between. With Hisoka still missing, Yuri recalls what she witnessed on the mountain. Fuyuhi taking her own life while entranced by a malevolent spirit, and the bodies of the dead Shrine Maidens washed up at the pool of purification. These disquieting images leave Yuri with no doubt that Mount Hikami houses some kind of horrifying secret. Yuri takes the Camera Obscura that she found on the mountain and begins searching for a token that will lead her to Hisoka. I mean, didn't we already find one? With her necklace that washed up?
Suicide, huh? There was no body, right? And you said What was it? That lots of women's bodies washed up?
So she called the police afterwards.
I think there have been reports saying something like that before. Oh, well. I'll see what I can find out tomorrow.
Or just like some other person trying to get info from. Alright, gotta take our camera, can't go anywhere without it now. Hisoka's Camera Obscura is on the desk. This is the only picture from the Camera Obscura that shows anything. A dark silhouette, standing on what looks like a body of water. The other photos are no good, they're all black, as if they were exposed to strong light. This doesn't tell me anything. Maybe there are more clues in Hisoka's room. No one leaves the mountain, except I guess you guys can leave the mountain because you have the cameras. Hisoka doesn't like it when I don't make my bed. I'll do it later. She's missing, so she won't notice. It's a big pile of cardboard boxes I haven't touched since I moved in. Yeah, I guess most of this stuff won't change. Alright, let's go snoop in Hisoka's room again. We failed entirely in our mission to help out that girl, and she died instead. But does it still count as a failure if the client dies before you complete their task that they assigned you? That seems like kind of a disqualification for the job, so it doesn't go towards your record. Hisoka Kurosawa leaving a room. Hisoka. She liked to sit at her desk to relax. The Japanese style of the room helped her de-stress. Okay. Mirror is still there. What other notes do we have left to steal? The drawer is locked. The Camera Obscura is reacting to it. Alright. Tell me where her keys are. Under the bed. There's something in the picture. It's the storeroom on the first floor. Or is this the key that she lost? Shadow tracing can be useful for all sorts of mundane tasks, not just finding out stuff about the dead. This is not a staircase, is it? This is just a overhang. Staircase is over here somewhere.
Forgive me.
Girl in uniform. Well, that's not us, and that's not Hisoka, so maybe this is like a previous assistant? What was that? Is there something in that room? Well, let's find out. Our shadow traceability has gotten much stronger, much faster. Thanks to the Camera Obscura. There's an old file on top of some luggage. It looks like a report on a shadow reading case, but most of it has been erased, making it difficult to read. Subject, Akari Narumi. Client, Kyoko Narumi. Token, personal photo. Details. Result, subject deceased. Nothing I could do. Yeah, that pretty much sums up our experience with Fuyuhi. A girl in school uniform. It's been crumpled up so many times you can't make out the face. Alright. I'm guessing we can't shadow trace anything from that right now. I think the storage room is back in this corner. It's like around here and then to the left. Or is this the back door? Yeah, it's the back door. I mean, I remember finding the storage room when we were here on the first floor. This leads to the bathroom. Yeah, that's the big bathtub she got spooked by. Oh my god, am I gonna have to actually use the map just to find the storage room? Main storeroom. It's directly in front of me. Alright. I walked right past it. Something under the bed. It's a small key. Maybe it opens the drawer in Hisoka's desk. Oh, come on. Now you're going to give me a thing and be like, hey, remember that room you literally were just in? Some dusty old paperwork was also under there, and looks like a shadow reading request. Case closed is written in large red letters. Subject, Miku Hinasaki. Client, Sachi Yama. Friend. Token, personal photo. Details, disappeared searching for her missing brother, but was found. Mother of one, father unknown. Disappeared again 3 years later. Note, photographer. Client is her daughter's guardian. Result, search abandoned. Attempted shadow reading several times, but traces were too weak to follow. Suspect subject is alive, but a newer or stronger token is required. It may be that the subject does not want to be found. So I think Miku is the third character, and might also have been the girl at the start. Because I think that's what she had, right? She had like the big red bow in the front. A warm but lonely expression. She looks like she might fade away at any moment. Looks like there are a few more pages in here. Subject, Tsumugi Katashina. Client, family, physician. Token, personal photo. Details, unstable family, tendency to blame herself for strife with her half-sisters, bears self-inflicted wounds. Note, strict family may be the cause. Will ask doctor for care after subject is found. Result, search abandoned. Contacted by the family, matter has been turned over to the police. Have been asked to drop the investigation. Her face seems tinged with sadness. She's still missing, but her family has given up the search. Case closed is written in large red letters. Subject, Yuri Kozukata. That's us. Client, token, personal photo. Details, emotionally unstable after family lost in accident. Stopped going to school a few days ago. Neighbors say she left home as normal. Note, claimed to see things others can't. Now recovered. Result, taken into custody, observation required. Safely in my custody. Believe close attention is necessary, and we'll look after her for a while. A high school graduation photo. Just look at that intense expression. I wonder how much I've changed since then. I still have a hard time looking at mirrors. Alright, now we gotta go back upstairs and snoop through her desk drawer. I can see, though, why this game is going to end up being way longer than the other Fatal Frame games, because this, I think the estimate is like 20 hours for this. This is not the right room. This is our room, right? We need to go around the courtyard windows. And into the big room. Alright, what hint can we ascertain from the contents of this drawer? Use the small key to unlock the drawer. There was a file tucked away in the desk drawer. It contains photos and several sheets of paper. Subject, Haruka Momose. Client, F. Himino. Friend. Token, personal photo. Details, client and subject used to be cafe regulars. A group suicide was reported at the time of disappearance. Connection unknown. A quiet, gentle girl. Seemed keen to please others. Haruka Momose. Compared to her photo with Fuyuhi, she has a somewhat darker expression. Miyu Hinasaki. Looks like someone else who went missing on the mountain. Or maybe it was Miyu? I just remember it was an M name, the character we started as. Subject, Miyu Hinasaki. Client S. Iyama, foster mom. Token, personal photo. Details, went looking for her birth mother, missing since subject's childhood. Uttered something about Mount Hikami according to her talent agent. Said to possess psychic powers. Client is very worried. Photo of a slender, elegant young woman. So this is Miyu Hinasaki. Cassette tape from an answering machine. The label shows a date and the client's name. A missing person file for one Kazuya Sakaki. I've heard Hisoka mention the name before. Subject, Kazuya Sakaki. Client Ren Hojo. Friend. Token, personal photo. Details. Known to wander off. Went incommunicado while gathering postmortem photographs for Ren. Awaiting possible contact. Note. Gives a bad impression. Seems quite unlike Ren. Kazuya Sakaki. He's a friend of Ren's, but I've never met him. Jesus Christ, they're just giving us constant journals. There was a journal tucked away in the drawer. It looks like some notes relating to clients. Met with a potential client. Doesn't know whether subject is alive or dead. Says she may have wandered off somewhere, maybe waiting for help. Doesn't want to leave home in case subject comes back on her own. I tripped up. Said something I shouldn't have. I asked what she'd do when we find her. She laughed and said, when she gets back, there are things I want to tell her. Her smile looked forced. She looked worn down by it all. I should mind my business. I'm worried about leaving Yuri alone, but this one is urgent. No time to lose. I have to go. This file lists the missing persons cases that Hisoka took on. Haruka Momose. This is the girl that Fuyuhi was looking for. I may be able to track her down if I use this photograph as a token. Alright, we found our token. Time to return to Mount Hikami. What? Nothing of interest in here. Oh, that's not the door. That's the cabinet I was opening. I was like, why is it so zoomed in on this door opening? You know, I bet we could solve a lot of the water ghost-related problems by bringing an umbrella with us to the mountain. Because, like, going there in the rain seems like a pretty bad idea. We're going to be perpetually wet and in danger. Hisoka Kurosawa going outside. Hisoka. This time I'm the one who'll save you. Using the Camera Obscura, Yuri found a number of missing person case files connected to Mount Hikami. She is now more determined than ever to head back to the mountain and find Hisoka. Really weird that they give you these summaries immediately after you just played them. Alright, we're going to start the fourth drop, but we're probably going to not get too far into it. We are 20% of the way through the game. Fuyuhi had been searching for her friend, a girl called Haruka Momose. Yuri finds a photo of Haruka in Hisoka's desk and uses it to follow her trace, leading her back to Mount Hikami. I'm gonna buy some purifying embers, but they seem very expensive. Yeah, so we have some Type 61 and Type 90 film. Fourth drop, Spirited Away, Yuri Kozukata. After finding a missing persons file on Hisoka's desk, Yuri realizes Hisoka has been looking for Haruka Momose. She recalls what Fuyuhi said as they passed the Shrine of Dolls. Haruka, she's here. With this in mind, Yuri heads to the Shrine of Dolls, hoping that if she finds Haruka, she may just learn of Hisoka's whereabouts too. So yeah, that door that we couldn't open before is our goal here. Haruka Momose. This is the girl that Fuyuhi was looking for. Hisoka must have been trying to find her. It was literally the same thing it just said when we picked up that photo. Alright. Up the mountain we go. Also, it stopped raining, surprisingly. I like how when I try to turn around, sometimes she just walks backwards instead. The road had collapsed and the stone stairs are cut off. It must have been the landslide. The old road seems to carry up the edge of the cliff. Okay, no ghosts up there. Hostile ghost somewhere. Oh, he's crawling. So I suppose this is just a basic type of ghost, and that's why he has the same lunging attacks every time. There might also be one behind me. I can't tell if that's just the audio. And he's down. That gurgle they do at the end just sounds like a plugged drain trying desperately to empty. I don't know if that's the intentional association they wanted to make with that sound. Haruka Momose behind the waterfall. Alright, this is going to be Haruka's diary. There's a note written here, soaked in the water. It's written in small, feminine handwriting. I awoke to the sound of water. Should I press on or go back? This is the point of no return, if I want to see Fuyuhi again. Old stone monument. Yep, we looked at this before. Again, trying to turn around, and she's like, what if I just walk backwards? That was a really quick one. I should have just walked out with the camera up. Nope, just want to pick this up. Yeah, they really shouldn't have made the focus on something button the same as the pick something up button. Because every time, I end up just trying to look at the trace instead of picking up the thing. I mean, Shrine of Dolls shouldn't actually take very long for us to get to, but it is across the river, so gotta find the path across again. A box? Oh, more embers. Momentarily got a spiritual view through the wall there of nothingness below. Am I going backwards? I'm going backwards. This is the waterfall again. How did I get turned around? Probably from literally trying to turn around. Picked up the item, and then we just keep going. Wistful Shrine Maiden. You're not going to cause us any trouble, are you, lady? Nope, she dropped us an item instead. There's a note lying in the water. Maybe it's from Haruka. The label at the top says Haruka's note number 2. Kind of indicates that. I came here because of the sunset. It was so beautiful, it made me want to cry. It was the same as the sunset I saw when I survived. The sun seemed to sink into the mountain. I had to come and see it. Melting away in the waters of the mountain seems natural. It seems right. I feel like the others are telling me to, the ones who didn't survive. The sunset is drawing closer, or maybe I'm drawn to it. Oh, now you're gonna sass me? They laid a trap for me with a note. I'm working on it. She was like, kill me. So are these spirits also involuntarily acting then? Even they have no say in this? Shrine Maidens are considerably tougher than the regular ghosts. That's because they took your eyes out. Silly. Alright, first the stumble, then the fumble. I was trying to open photo mode there, but definitely can't do it. I'm going to aggressively press it until it tells me I'm not allowed to. Damn it. It's kind of funny that they're like, where are you? Can't see, but then they always know where you are. That one could have gone better. Thought we did more shared damage between the two than we actually ended up. Okay, so we do have a ability on this camera as well equipped, but I don't remember how to use it. Yeah, we have a stun lens. I don't remember what the button is to activate it once our charge is full. I just feel like these ghosts are not particularly spooky compared to old Fatal Frame ghosts, because they really don't surprise you much. They're just like, well, now we're fighting. We're doing the ghost dance. To the unfathomable forest, which we have already fathomed. He wants me to hang it right there. Haruka Momose peering into the river. We all float down here. It seems like the hand that grabs you is not very situational, though, because I kind of figured we'd get grabbed there, being right next to the river. But since the ghost hand just comes out of nowhere anyway, it doesn't seem to matter where the item you're picking up is located. I mean, we picked up that note right out of the water, and we still didn't get a ghost hand trying to grab me. Okay, dirty backpack. Someone's extremely crusty footage.
This is the hanging tree, I guess. Certainly looks like it.
On account of the
This
noose.
is where... Huh? What? What is that?
Crazy dude with a knife. Yeah, that one. Oh, I couldn't pull out my camera there. He seems pretty quick. Pretty feisty. And also like he's been here a lot longer. Oh, come on. That was definitely a hit. Alright, he's a tough one. Like, he winds up for a swing, which is very quick. He also has Japanese writing on his forehead. Crap. Come on, take another swing at me. Well, at least we're getting unusual enemies and not just the same basic ghosts every time. Hello, sir. I got so close that I clipped through him. He's like, no, get away from me. Are you invisible? I think he actually wasn't hiding there. Put out his torch. Come on. And remember that Yuri doesn't have the multi-shot either, so I have to only do individual shots. Oh, he's still going. Tough bastard. Alright, I think he's done now. Should use a good film against him. I keep forgetting we have it. Oh, no, he's not done yet. He had one final charge in him. Alright, bye. He just instantly disappeared. And she has nothing to say about that. She's not like, well, that was weird. What was this ancient, feudal Japanese man doing here? I mean, we don't know how long ago the whole Shrine Maiden massacre happened. That could have been one of the villagers at the time. A trio of wandering Shrine Maidens, a typical sight for the unfathomable forest. These ones at least are not hostile. Oh, and they're going the right way. Thanks, ladies. Or should I say, ladies. Murdered Shrine Maiden. Man gouging out eyes. So this is the eye gouger himself, eh? I'm going to kill you, and then I'm going to peel your eyes out afterwards. Which does track with what we heard about this guy earlier. Ghost hand? Ghost hand? No ghost hand. There's a note lying on the collapsed bridge. Such small handwriting, I think it's Haruka's. Fuyuhi didn't see the sunset. Only I could see it. That's why I have to go alone. The light of the setting sun lives on in the mountain. I wish Fuyuhi could have seen it. Yeah, well, careful what you wish for, because she did see it, and she got killed for it. So great friend you were. Even though she's been afflicted by the call of the mountain, since we heard that anyone who sees the sunset dies, we don't actually know that she's dead yet. We haven't seen her ghost, only echoes of her. So she could somehow still be alive here, even though Fuyuhi died much quicker. Okay, where was the ghost house? It was over here. I'm like wandering off into the forest to find items, but the place we need to go is right across the bridge. Ah, that does so little damage, too, that it's almost not even worth trying to avoid. Okay, some Type 61. So I gotta remember to switch that the next time a hostile ghost shows up, because we have a lot of Type 61 now. And we can't carry more than 100. Oh, okay. I went the wrong way. You very much do need this ghost tracing system, though, just because they're having you replay the same levels again and again, but go to different parts of them. Haruka Momose heading to the grounds, singing that song that Fuyuhi was singing after she died. These creepy dolls don't have anything to say to us yet, right? I mean, we did get attacked by asshole children here at one point. I don't know if they're going to make a return, but this is where we needed to go. Haruka Momose entering the shrine. Haruka, somewhere in this shrine. I'm sure of it. She's probably not actually somewhere in the shrine. She's probably gone somewhere else now. Are you a ghost or a doll? Because if you're a doll, you gotta tell me. It's in the rules. It's just some pervert's chesty doll. I mean, it is the House of Dolls, so I suppose that makes sense. They're very short. See if I could get a photo next to one of them. No, turn around. So, the photo mode is actually a little more advanced than I thought. If we get in here... Here's one thing I can't do, though. I can't increase the field of view. But what I was going to say, if you go to character here, You can actually, like, rotate and move around the character. Including, like, sinking her into the floor and everything. Changing her pose. So that's a little fancier than any other photo mode I've seen. None of them usually let you manipulate the characters beyond just changing their poses and facing. And even being able to change the facing was something I thought was kind of significant in Death Stranding's photo mode. Because I hadn't seen that before. But yeah, so we can get her in here. I don't think I can get a good angle on this, though. Because I want to, like, you know, get them both... Oh, God, I rotated it. I want to get them both in this photo to be like, hey, look at this creepy doll I found, but... don't think I can find an angle where the wall will play nice with me. I can't pass this doll here and the wall. But yeah, you can also just go in here and be like, oh, I want a ghost. Just got a ghost right in there. Why does the ghost need jiggle physics? Come on, guys. There's some dumbass who, like, rated this game down because they make you play as a man. I think I mentioned that before. But, like, since when is Fatal Frame considered the sexy ghost series? Like, just because it has female protagonists? I don't remember them being any of them particularly skimpily dressed. They just kind of have, you know, slightly fancy, flowy outfits. I just want to have, like, an arm coming over her shoulder. Just like this. I suspect there's something strange going on here. Keeping that one. Anyway. It won't open. It's being held shut by a powerful force. Okay. It's not the kind I can photo away. What about this one? There's a doll on the stairs. Okay. Can you know, just like kick it down the stairs out of the way? Because we're not allowed to go downstairs because there's a doll in the way. There's always got to be one creepy doll room in every Fatal Frame. I remember there being one in 2. And I think we saw the one in 1 when I did the first impressions. Dolls are just creepy. They are a physical manifestation of the uncanny valley. There's a note here written in small writing. It looks like Haruka must have come here. Ever since we survived, I felt like every day could be my last. I feel closer to Fuyuhi than ever. It's nice sharing secrets with her, sharing my guilt. We often talk about the past. I remember a lot of things from back then, like how her face was the first picture I drew in kindergarten. We split the sheet of paper and drew each other. I remember growing taller than her and how she stayed at my house while hers was being renovated. We often talk about that kind of stuff. Most of all, I remember singing the Song of Memories at kindergarten graduation. I looked over at Fuyuhi and she was already looking at me, waving. Whenever I hear that song, it makes me want to go back there, to that time. My whole life has been flashing before my eyes. Of all the moments, that's the one I want to keep on living over and over, forever. Instead, I only get to relive suicide forever. You got the Crush Lens, a lens that deals more damage to targets based on its level. To use it, equip it to your Camera Obscura and press X when you have enough spirit power. Okay, so X is the special shot when we don't have Ren's camera. Large dolls are arranged on the doll stand against the wall. This must be the Shrine's Hall of Worship. Doll Hall of Worship. Haruka Momose looking at the dolls. Was that Haruka? Is there something under the doll display? Where do valiant dolls go when they die? Valhalla. That just came to mind while I was here. Oh, there's a creepy cage underneath the stairs. Or sorry, underneath the display. There are stairs below the doll display. Haruka might have gone down there. The wooden grate wouldn't budge. There must be a way to open it. You're not a doll.
Oh, you found me.
You're just a doll-like child.
You can't die either, huh?
She doesn't look like a ghost, though.
I...
Ah, you want to go down there. I know you want to die. Before you do, how about a game?
What?
Before you go down into the die hole, please play with me.
This is you. It's an effigy. Find me, if you can.
So, you just want to play hide and seek. You could have just said that. The camera is reacting to something. Alright, not entirely sure what that is. It is clearly a dead body, but is it a dead body, like, floating down the river from above? Or is it, like, against a tree with a bunch of flowers? There's something in the photo. It looks like a person hanging from a tree. This photo might be showing me where to find the hidden effigy. Alright. Maybe it's at the hanging tree that we saw? Anyway, we're going to wrap up here because we've gotten a little ways into this chapter, enough for it to establish itself. Fleeing child? I mean, that looks like the kid we just saw, just without the white hair. Maybe she is trapped here as a miniature Shrine Maiden forever. Like that white-haired kid in Fatal Frame 2. Alright, let's just get outside so we can get a checkpoint. Because I think something just jumped out of the water. Oh no, it's just dolls falling into the water. Not sure why one of the indicators floated away. The doll memorial. There's an old notebook left in the hallway. I decided to conduct a memorial ritual of sending a doll downriver, as is described in the Mount Hikami folklore. Here on the mountain, the flowing waters have long been deified. Life springs from the water, then returns to it. All the bones in the cave beneath the shrine have been laid in the waters. This was probably considered to be a way of returning life to the water. The shrine was built upon the pure water river, with a walkway crossing it. I have found numerous dolls at the bottom of the river and downstream. These dolls were likely placed on the water as a form of memorial for those who they depicted. Alright, so our doll has likely floated downstream. And I'm gonna guess that the place we saw at the very start of the game with the girl whose name I don't remember is the thing that's underneath this shrine. Masked man. Carrying a very heavy box. I mean, this kind of looks similar to that area. Okay, I thought we were going to go back outside, but apparently we're just going deeper into the shrine. I can see the white face of a large doll behind the blinds. That must be the main shrine. The weird shrine. Anyway, yeah, we're going to end it here, because I guess we're not going back outside, so it probably saved when we took that photograph. So, thank you for joining me for another episode of Fatal Frame Maiden of Black Water. I'm glad that the game is not going to give me that same issue where I can't even save in the middle of a chapter without it crashing on me. But then again, the Yuri chapters are less likely to crash because there's no one talking to her, and it was specifically triggered by dialogue outside of cutscenes. Anyhow, I will see you folks back here on Mount Hisoka. Hikami. I was going to say Hisoka. Next time. Until then, y'all take care.